Hello guys and welcome back to another Christmas bonus episode of Red Hot the Pod. So guys, today I wanted to delve into a topic that how do I put it? I have been, I wouldn't say scrutinized, but I've definitely had my fair share of people making fun of my physical appearance over the years since being on social media. This is like before our guest that I'm about to introduce came into the picture. I've literally had, which I've mentioned on the podcast before, I've had a lot of cosmetic injectables since I was of age. And by a lot, I mean I had a lot when I was really young, and then I kind of had to go into damage control with my guest that I'm about to introduce. And yeah, just like obviously kind of turn back and full damage control, repair the issues that I had, which was a lot because I fucked my face pretty much when I was young. So anyways, I'm going to introduce our guest now. So I want to introduce my beautiful friend, Sylvia Crouch. She is the owner, CEO, founder of Angel Aesthetics. And she's here today to chat all things injectables, beauty, and botched. So welcome. Say hi.
Hello.
Yay. I'm so excited to have her on. She has obviously become a dear friend of mine. We have seen, those clinic sessions of ours, they're like therapy.
I was like, this is going to be therapy.
It's
again.
literally like therapy.
Yeah.
And except I wish you had a needle here because I could do with the top up. Actually,
Nah,
I'll do that later.
You're banned.
Oh, I'm banned. Perfect. I've got too much, so now I'm banned. Great. No. So, okay, let's start back when I first came to you. When was that? Was that before? Because my first session with you wasn't when I got my lips dissolved, because I got my lips dissolved. That was a whole ordeal. That was fucking full on. Anyone who's had their lips dissolved knows how gnarly it is, those 2 weeks of you not having any filler in your lips and just feeling like, I literally looked at myself in the mirror. I was like, wow, I feel like my 13-year-old self again. And I was having flashbacks of bad high school times, man. Just it was not a good time. So I think it had to have been before that. Did we do anything before that, or was the dissolving the first time?
It was the first time.
It was the first time.
Yeah.
Fuck. Okay. That was
Was it just after COVID?
Yeah, because I brought my ex-boyfriend in, who I was with at the time.
He did.
And he held my hand. God bless that man. And that video is actually live on my YouTube channel if you guys want to go check it out. Wow. I literally, that was 7 mils or something of dissolving agent that we had to inject, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a lot.
It was a lot. I had a lot of migration. The shape of my lips was just not super defined, which is what all the nurses at Angel and how Sylvia's trained all of the nurses at Angel to inject a certain way, right? Would you say that?
Yeah.
And that's what I guess they're kind of known for, this perfect, beautiful shape of a Cupid's bow, very defined, very full, very stunning. So anyway, I saw an ad for Angel somewhere, reached out to Sylvia. We then went ahead and I had the consult. She said, I'm not putting any more on your lips until we dissolve it, blah, blah, blah. So that's what happened. So I guess from there, what would you say for you, day to day? Obviously, you're so fucking busy. You're literally booked out 6 months in advance. How has that, how have you got to where you are today? What's your biggest, key to success as a aesthetic nurse where it's such a flooded market, especially on the Gold Coast? What would you say is your biggest thing that you feel has made you get to where you are?
I mean, I would hate to try and start a clinic now because it is so flooded. It would just be
And you've been around for
impossible.
so long too, hey?
Yeah.
So long.
Well, I started off working, so I graduated in 2017, I think, or 2018. And then I started working in a GP practice until I started my grad program in the hospital, which was interesting.
Smart, She's smart.
So I worked in cardiology and CCU, which is coronary care, for a year. And while I was doing that, I did all my training for injectables. But my parents were very much against me doing injectables.
I see.
So I was living with them at the time, and my dad said to me, I'm going to kick you out if you start your own clinic and do injectables.
No.
And I was just so determined to do it. I was like, like I've always wanted to be one.
Yeah.
So anyways, I said I still worked at the hospital and I would leave to go to the clinic in my hospital uniform.
Shut the fuck up.
And
how did I not know this?
I don't know.
Oh my God. I'm like, we've had too many deep conversations in a session and I'm just finding this out now that you'd straight up lied to your parents.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Like straight up.
I love that.
Would leave like early morning. I just said to them, I'm not doing shift work anymore, just day shifts. So yeah, I would leave in my uniform. They had no idea for about 6 months. And then when I finally started actually getting busy and everything, I was like, okay, I'm just going to tell them. I'm going to be like, look, it's actually working out. So
here's my paycheck. Like I am actually making money. Yep.
Yeah. Because my parents were very much like government jobs.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So you kind of come from that sort of family where they expected maybe you to be a doctor and not a cosmetic nurse.
Yes.
Dude, heavy.
Yeah. But I don't know. I just feel like you really, when you have a business, as you'd probably know, you need to dedicate your entire life to it.
Absolutely.
Like even to this point, like every thought is my business pretty much.
Yep. You're going to bed thinking about it. You're waking up thinking about it. And it completely takes over every inch of your mental space.
Yeah. Literally everything.
And I guess for you too, like you've got the clinic in Brisbane, which is in Fortitude Valley, which is the one that I used to go to when I lived in Brizzy. And more recently you've opened the Bundle.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That place is so fucking pretty.
It's so nice. But
I love that place.
There's
for many reasons. I love that place.
Yeah.
It's so pretty. Like you did such a good job fitting it out. I feel like you walk in there and you're like, this isn't so like sterile. Obviously I'm about to get needles injected into my face. It's kind of a not so natural thing to have done all the time. So you kind of want to feel like you're in a comfortable place, beautiful area. It's just like divine. So nice and relaxing on the eyes. Aesthetic.
Yeah.
Ironically. Okay, so I guess from there, so when did you open? You had the Brizzy one, then you opened the Gold Coast more recently. What would you say, like, where's your better performing location, like, client-wise?
Brisbane, like, for sure, because that was our original location.
Yeah.
So when I first started, I didn't have my own premises. I was just renting a room. So I did that, and then I moved to another room. And then during COVID, I actually found a place, which is the one we're in now. And I was like, do I do it? Because
so expensive.
You're so expensive.
And you're in such a good spot.
And I was like, do I do it? Because I'm going to have like $10,000 left in my bank account. And I'm like shitting myself.
Yeah.
I was like, do I do it?
Joys, huh? Yep.
And I was like, you know what? My ex was like, do it. Like, and he convinced me. And I was like, okay. And then, it's the best thing I ever did, really.
Yeah.
At first I was like, why do I have 5 rooms? Like, I don't need 5 rooms. But now we don't have enough rooms.
Yeah.
But by far Brisbane's definitely the busiest.
Yep.
And then I've also got Perth. Did you know? I've got Perth now.
I knew that you were going over there, but I didn't know that you were opening one.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to tell all my Perth friends.
Yeah.
Come on, chicks. Over to Angel we go. Come on.
Yeah. So.
Well, that's awesome. How does that go?
It's good. Yeah. Because I saw that there wasn't many clinics that like offered the techniques we do over there. So I thought I saw a gap in the market. And I also trained, because we have a training institute as well. I trained Lorna, who I loved. And I was like, do you want to quit your job and come work at this clinic? And she did. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So now you've got like a little team, a little army.
I think there's like 17 of us now.
That is fucking mental. To go from renting a room, like one room, and then a space with 5 rooms, and you were scared you weren't going to fill it out, and now you don't have enough space, and you're a national, I would say. I was going to say international, but you're not yet. That's fucking crazy. You should be so proud of yourself. I'm so proud of you.
Thanks. Yeah, I started when I was 20, and I'm 26 now, so it's 20 years old.
Oh my God.
And everyone was like, don't do it, like you're too young. Like,
you're like, actually, Yeah, I am.
Whatever.
Way too many benders to go on, actually, between those 6 years I'll never get back. But I feel like, yeah, you do for sure. Like, I mean, I'm not going to speak on behalf of you, but for me, I partied heaps when I was younger, but I don't feel like I'm missing out. Like, now that I've got a business, I definitely prioritize the business over my social life for sure. Obviously, silly season's a bit different. Like, I have been celebrating the end of the year because this year's been a bit fucked for me. So I've definitely been going out a little bit more lately. And obviously there's events and there's things that are like, that take up, you know, whatever this time of the year. But I feel like it's important to give yourself like a bit of grace and let yourself have time. Like, you took the girls to Bali. When was that? Middle of last year. Yeah. Sylv took all of her team, was it all the Brisbane team or all the girls? Brisbane and Gold Coast? Yeah,
everyone.
She literally straight up took all of her girls to Bali on like a fucking staff trip to Bali, flex. And I happened to be there at the time and we ended up like seeing each other, having a good time. That was a whole other fucking story. That was so fucking fun. Young, wild and free. That was so young, wild and free of me.
Yeah. That was a moment.
God, that was fun. We hadn't actually been on the piss together, and that was the first time like in Bali at this random fucking massive Atlas Beach Club in Canggu. If you go to Bali, you have to go there with a crew. It was heaps of fun. Heaps. I've still got pool tiles that I collected because I was that pissed. I was grabbing the tiles off the bottom of the pool that had fallen out and I put them in my handbag.
You're kidding.
No, they're seriously.
How did I miss that?
Caleb's looking at me like, you're fucked. Yep. It happened. They're in my bedside table currently. I cleaned it out the other day. I was like, why have I got pool tiles in my bedside table? What's wrong with you? Moron. Definitely something I would do on the piss. Anyway. Yeah, so the point is like, I feel like you've had so much success at a young age, which I can't really, I mean, I can relate to an extent. Like, obviously I would classify myself as successful, but I think that you're in a whole nother realm. With regards to promoting your business and using influencers, I guess, would you say that's been like a key factor in your success, or would you say that you've just had customers, like just regular people who love your work, who spread the word by word of mouth, and that's sort of how, I guess it would be a combination, right?
Yeah.
Of both.
So this is something we actually get a lot of hate for. So we actually get a lot of hate for influencers actually coming to us, and people are under the impression we only care about influencers, which is ironic because I'm on here right now. However, it actually is really sad because we've actually at not one point ever actually paid an influencer to come to us.
Certainly not me.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't want you to be like it's an exchange of it's service in exchange for a service.
Yes.
Why hate as in like what, how so? Like I'm curious, like they say you're only sorry. I'm literally like stunned. I'm like stuttering because I'm like, what in the fuck? You're the nicest person on the planet.
Yeah.
Hate for what? Just being taking influencers on and putting fucking needles in their face. What are they hating on?
I really don't understand how it got traction, but it has. It's been in a few of those Facebook groups. We get a few comments sometimes. And it is really
those
sad
groups
because
straight up make me like my fucking skin crawl.
Yeah.
Imagine being in them.
Well, the type of people that are in that group are not the type of people we want as
your
clients
clinic anyway.
Yeah.
Straight up. Same with me.
Yeah.
Same with me. Don't like my shit, don't fucking buy it.
Yeah.
And if you're not buying it, you don't have any legs to stand on with what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's so defamatory. It's so wrong. How those things are still like alive and continue to have people like submit and like want to be a part of them blows my fucking mind.
Yeah, it's sad.
It is sad. It is sad. It's sad because like we're not wired that way. Would you ever go into a page and like talk shit about someone's business that they've poured their fucking entire life savings, time, everything into? No. People who are wired that way are whack as hell. Let that be known. You're whack if you're doing that. Stop doing that if you're doing that because it's so damaging. Anyways, could go on for hours about that.
But
a little bit heated. Anyways.
I don't know. Some people I mean, 99% of people probably don't have this opinion, but some people think we only care about influencers.
It's a shame because they're always the ones that are like the loudest too. Like when you have so much love, and then you'll get a few people that say something so mean, and then their comment will get traction, and it's like, wait, hold the fuck on.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Two, like, obviously that's incorrect. Obviously, like what? I don't understand. Like, are they sitting in the room with the influencer when the influencer's getting injectables done, and then they say it's my turn, and then the nurse doesn't talk to them? Like, what are they actually? Where is their? Who's the source? Who's the fucking source?
$1 million question.
Oh,
I don't know.
It's annoying.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Like, influencers do help to an extent. I mean, we can't actually use them anymore anyway because of the new guidelines.
Yep.
They definitely do help, but I think just creating like a really good relationship with like your client like goes the longest way. Like, I've actually became like my best friends now are actually my clients that I've met. Yeah. Which is so cool.
Yeah. I love that. But like, I guess you have to, as a person who gets injectables, like you have to have you put so much trust in the nurse, and obviously like you'd spend a bit of time with them, whatever. As we said at the start, like our sessions literally become like therapy, and it's just a word vomit. For like, I'm like, sis, can you book out an hour because I need to vent?
I know. Sometimes I wish I had longer appointment times.
I know, seriously. But yeah, fuck, that's just like not cool.
Yeah, it is upsetting.
It is upsetting.
When I see it.
It's because it's your baby. I feel the same way. Like when people say mean things about me or mean things about, actually, I'm like, play on. If it's about me, like you hate me, sweet, keep it moving. I hate heaps of people, but I would never talk about it online anyway. No. It's a clickbait thing, what I've come to realize. But as soon as I start talking shit about Chill, I'm like,
that's when it really hits you.
You best stop.
Because it's
you best stop.
We've dedicated our whole life to our company.
Every single thing.
And like you try so hard, you put so much energy and
people don't see see how much actually goes into it. It's like, sure, if you post something on Instagram, or even for you, like you don't really post anything. Like you're so under the radar, always busy, like literally booked out 6 months in advance. Your whole fucking every single minute of every single day is dedicated to what you do. Same with me, but I'm not a nurse, obviously. You're in charge of something that is so much more like, what's the word? I don't know, I want to say crucial, but like people put so much trust in you to make them feel beautiful. Yeah. Perfect, like an angel.
Yeah, that's one thing I haven't gotten used to is the pressure of the job.
Yeah, I feel like
I don't know if I ever will.
Yeah. Because you're quite an anxious person by nature.
Oh, yeah.
I would say.
Very bad anxiety.
Yeah. You're like, why am I here today?
Yeah, literally. Had anxiety for a week leading up to it.
Perfect. But like, yes, and I can relate to you in that sense, but yours is tenfold because you're literally in charge of like people's faces.
And we're also providing a service. So you might have something personal going on, but then when you're with the client, you have to pretend like everything's perfect and fine.
Yeah, true.
And give them that service.
Otherwise, they go and say mean things like that you fucking prioritize influencers or whatever the fuck they're saying. That's trash. Don't even listen to it. It's bullshit. You know it's not true.
Yeah.
So what? Who are these people? They probably don't even come to you anyway. We're going to move on because we don't need any more neg. No more neg.
Positive love and light.
Positive love and light. Strictly, that's it. End of story. So I have one question, but just sort of you can gauge it. Like a common misconceptions with filler. I'm going to say like, obviously there's different types of filler, correct? Like what you would put in your lips is maybe different to what you would put in, well, I know there's different types of lip filler, right?
Yeah.
There's like the thick in inverted commas, is that correct?
Yeah.
And thin?
Yeah.
Okay. And then does thick like stay for longer, or can you put the thick one like elsewhere? Like would you put thick lip filler in your cheeks? Is it the same type of filler, or is it like different types of filler for different parts of your face?
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah. So you've got like some regular lip fillers, medium and thick.
Okay.
you can put them in other parts of the face, but it's not going to do much.
So it's
compared to
really
the other
catered
fillers.
to like the type of, I guess like the type of skin too, right? What you're injecting into. Okay. Because talking from personal experience, obviously I've had my lips done. We've put some in my nose. I've had my cheeks and I've had Botox in my jaw. And that's been it. I think we maybe did Botox in my forehead once a couple of years ago, but I don't have it anymore. No. And if anyone says that I do, look at this. Watch the video. I'm like the Cadbury ad. Remember that? That's fully me. Anyways. Okay, yeah. So I had all of those across the last couple of years. What's your favorite to do? Your favorite to do is lips?
I reckon lips and nose.
Love
a good nose.
Oh, my nose transformation was unreal.
Noses is the one thing that people often cry when they see it after, and then it makes me cry.
Oh, because they love it so much.
Yeah, yeah,
that's so nice.
Yeah, I love noses.
Nose, I've heard, is quite a dangerous area to inject. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So why? Is it just because it's close to your eyes? There's vessels. So
with the nose, you've got a lot of arteries that cross over the nose and go to the back of the eye. So if filler was to get in that blood vessel, it can travel to the back of the eye and cause blindness. I think it's happened in Australia 11 times, and I think half of them were reversed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
how do you reverse it?
By dissolving.
True. Yeah. So let that be known. If you're looking to get your nose injected, make sure that you go to an injector who has done it multiple times, knows what they're doing, has proper training, and because I've had it, and obviously I would never go anywhere else other than to Sylv, but scary.
You'll be surprised the amount of clinics that actually don't stock the dissolving agent as well, and actually aren't trained in complications. Because if you're a nurse, you can literally just walk out of the hospital and start injecting people with injectables. There's no certified training in Australia for it. Yeah.
So what did you do training wise? Where did you train?
I did a course at Esteem.
Yep. Oh yes, I remember that place. Yeah.
And then when you start your own company, or if you work for someone, all the pharmaceutical companies do in-house training.
Right.
Yeah. So then they train you specific with that filler.
Okay, got you. And then as time's gone on, obviously, as we mentioned before about the different types of filler, different types of filler have come out at different stages, right? So then obviously would more training be required with the new type of filler? Yeah. Okie dokie.
Yeah.
Got you.
But none of these companies do complication specific training, which is scary.
So scary. So if someone was, for example, going to a clinic, not yours obviously, but if someone was going to a clinic and said, could they go to their nurse and ask them, have you been trained in complications?
Yeah. You'd be surprised the amount of people we actually interview that have been injecting for 4 years and never even used dissolving agent. So they don't even know how to use it properly.
How often would you say that you use it, in a week?
We use it every day.
Yeah, for touch-ups and stuff.
Yeah, aesthetic, if they've got migration or
Yes.
I dissolve someone at least once every day.
Oh.
Yeah.
Poor bitch.
I know
you hate it too.
Bad.
I know. Sylv always looks at me before because I'm a little bit of a bitch. Only if I'm not ovulating. I think it's if you're bleeding, and then it hurts more. If you're on your period, sorry, TMI, Caleb. If you're bleeding and you get injectables, you tend to bruise more and it tends to hurt more.
Yeah, usually.
Just because your body's a bit, in a bit of a heightened stage of whatever the fuck that
Your mum
is.
seems to think I like inflicting pain on her. She looks at me and she's like, I know you like this.
She's a bitch. She's a bitch. I just like the feeling of laying down on the bed and I'm just looking up at her and I'm like, oh, I know this is going to fucking hurt, but I know it's going to be worth it. So I close my eyes and then she counts me down and it's just the breathing. You have to breathe. The breathing's imperative. And then, the tears just, they flow. They do. Or actually, I have a question for you. This is something that I do that I'm not sure if I'm allowed to do, but I do it before. I don't think that you care, but I'm curious to know if I'm allowed to do it or not because I'm still going to do it regardless of if you say that I can't. Put my own numbing cream on before.
That's naughty.
Is it? It definitely helps. Not recommending. Professional. Not professional. Really? Why is it bad?
Just because hypothetically, if a complication did happen,
Mm-hmm.
like, I don't know, an allergic reaction or something, we don't know if it's your own numbing cream you've used or something we've done. Or we actually had a patient that had done that exact thing, but applied it for hours and hours and hours.
Ooh.
And then we did the filler, and then afterwards it looked like she had like really bad complication because it turned her lips very white. And we were like, oh, we're going to have to get her back in and dissolve it. We got her back in. And by that point, all of the numbing had worn off. So it looked perfectly fine.
Right.
When it was like white with no refill initially.
Yes.
So,
okay.
Not good.
Not recommending that, actually. I take it back. Don't do it. They have like proper medical grade numbing cream too at Angel that like it does work a treat. I just am fucking scared of it.
Maybe it's like a somatic that your other numbing cream helps.
Maybe. Oh, I just shouldn't go when I'm ovulating or on my period.
That's the worst.
That would be like probably the key thing to not do, which I seem to do every time I go. I've booked it in at the time.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It is every time. Why am I like this?
I don't know. I have some clients like that and I'm like, why
You're
did
like,
you do this again?
Enough. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. So I've got a few little rapid fire myths that I'm going to throw at Sylv and see how she goes. Okay. Botox, myth number 1, Botox freezes your face. It can.
I mean, when someone comes in to get anti-wrinkle, I ask them if they want to be frozen or still have movement through their eyebrows.
Because some people do like that look, right?
So
of being frozen.
Personal preference, really.
Okay, good answer. Botox and dermal filler require major downtime.
Lip filler to an extent.
Yeah, I guess it depends on the person.
Yeah, it depends how bruised you get. But anti-wrinkles usually just red for like an hour and then you're fine.
Yeah, and they sometimes look like little like not pimples, but like little
like mozzie
bites. Yeah, that's the word. Under your skin, and then they go away. Okay, next one. Botox is only effective for wrinkles. Yeah. Would you say it's only effective? What about?
I mean, you can get it for sweating, so it can stop sweating.
And muscle clenching?
Yeah.
Would you say that's the same?
Yeah, so it can slim your face if you get it in your masseters. And if you get really bad headaches from clenching and grinding.
Which I've had before. And I found that it does help, but I feel like Botox for me just wears off so quickly. Like I don't feel like it really, but filler on the other hand, like my cheeks are still intact. And you did them years ago. Yeah.
With anti-wrinkle, actually, something we've noticed is since the COVID vaccine and COVID
you said this
doesn't really work anymore on a lot of people.
You said this. And there's like a different type of is there a different type of Botox now that's like you're trying to who did I hear this from?
There's a few there's a new brand.
There's a new brand.
Which we use on those patients that
it's not worked on now since the vaccine. Wow.
Anti-wrinkle, they actually use it a lot medically, like for like bladder things and people that have muscle disorders. Yeah.
So it's not all just in your face.
No.
Well, that's great. Love that. Okay, awesome. Thanks for clearing that one up, Joel. Okay, the last little myth that we're going to just crack today is obviously we know that this is a myth. The results of Botox and fillers are permanent. That's not true.
Not unless you were to get permanent filler.
Can you do that?
Yeah. Which it's not recommended because you have to get it surgically removed if it goes. Yeah.
I reckon the Kardashians probably do. Reckon?
I wish they would tell us what they've had. I'd love to go get it.
Same.
I reckon it's full surgical though.
Yeah.
And like a little bit of injectables, but mainly surgery, I reckon.
I just love an ass like that, to be honest. Wouldn't we all? I'd like to get injectables in my ass.
You
like
can.
I heard.
We're actually going to start doing it soon.
Fuck off. You're lying.
No.
I'm the guinea pig. Can I be the guinea pig?
Yeah, we'll probably.
Yes.
We'll be from Feb.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Jet, I'm getting ass injectables, darling. He's sitting outside. He'll be so keen. He likes it already, but anyways. Literally juice me up. Keen. Okay, guys, we're going to wrap this up because me and Sylv have got some serious talking to do. Thanks so much for being here.
You're welcome.
Love you
Thanks
so
for having
much.
me.
Oh my God,
Love
of
you too.
course. And if you guys want to go and check out Sylvia's clinics, we'll leave all of her dates in the show notes of this episode. Her Instagram, you can go and follow Angel. They've got great before and afters on there. Do you still have those on there?
Yeah.
Okay, great. And yeah, obviously booking an appointment, you can do that through the website, pretty sure, or calling. They can call, right? And make an appointment.
Yeah.
Epic. Okay, well, thanks so much for joining us today, guys. Hope that you enjoyed this little fun episode. I hope that you learned something. Sorry if I was yapping too much and talking over Sylvia. Someone messaged me the other day and was like, you have great guests, but you like talk too much.
Oh, there's always something.
I'm like, it's my fucking podcast. What do you mean? Anyways, hope I didn't offend anyone today.
Same.
Hope you're not all, just unwrap yourselves from the cotton wool that you're all wrapped in and just have a jolly week, and we will see you next week. Bye-bye now. Love you so much.
This is a Poly Studios production.